What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 19 of the Texans franchise. And today we got the season opener against the Colts coming up. We're going to be on the road in Indianapolis. And as you can see from the overall difference, we're still trailing behind these guys pretty bad. However, I do think that this offseason is really going to be a turning point for this franchise because we brought in some heavy hitters this offseason. And if you didn't get a chance to check that video out, this is who I'm talking about. We brought in Devin White at middle linebacker to try and elevate this defense. And we also brought in veteran defensive tackle Fletcher Cox to try to shore up our run defense. And of course, we have our other players that are starting to develop really nicely, like Jonathan Grenard, now superstar Dev, Stingley Jr., now superstar, Jalen Petrie, Greenlaw, and of course, we brought in Patrick Queen, who is still maybe not a superstar player, but a definite plus from what we had last year in Blake Cashman, who is now on the Panthers. So I'm actually really looking forward to this season. On offense, we're rolling with a new quarterback. I said it in the last video, and I'll say it again. I don't see any reason to start Davis Mills. While we did see some good things from him down the stretch last year, there's a reason that there was such an emphasis on the quarterbacks last year. If there wasn't a reason for it, we wouldn't have drafted a quarterback. So we're going to give Dylan Gilbert a shot, see if he can be the guy that we're looking for. And of course, the rest of the offense, I think, is starting to come together. This year is probably going to be the last year Brandon Cooks is here. I just think that we have so many good players below him, specifically Alex Poe, who is injured for a few weeks. And now Jordan Walker, plus Darius Slayton was an absolute monster as well. I really want to start to evolve this receiving core with the young talent we have. And Cooks at this point is just a lot of money. And I feel like we need to move on from him soon. So this will probably be his last season with us. The offensive line is coming together really well. I'm really excited for this year. But we have to start off with a tough test. And that is against the Jonathan Taylor-led Indianapolis Colts, our division rival. Taking a look here at the team, they are still led by Teddy Bridgewater, who was here last year. Receiving core is a little different. I'm pretty sure last year they had DeMarcus Robinson and somebody else, but now they have Laviska Shenault Jr., Auden Tate, Alec Pierce, who's actually starting to come along quite nicely, and our old receiver Denzel Mims. Cole Kmet is still here along with Jelani Woods. They've drafted a new left tackle in Raymond Toller, who I believe was the top left tackle in the draft this year. He will be a day one starter. Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Oli Udo, old Viking, is their starter. I wonder if they're going to have Troy Stanford start, considering Udo is 27. We'll see. And then Braden Smith at right tackle, who is healthy. He was not healthy the last time we played these guys. On defense, Larry Ogunjobi is the left end, along with Kwity Paye at the right end. And then in the middle, they have DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart, two really good defensive tackles. Darius Leonard still here on the outside. Bobby Okereke. And this Jojo Doman guy, a little surprised that he is still the starter. Would have thought they would have went after somebody, but apparently not. And then on the outside, they have Tyus Bauer and then Akeem Davis-Gaither. I wonder if... Oh, he could play middle. Yeah, I'm going to slide him inside. I forgot. So Davis-Gaither came over from the Bengals, who I believe run a 4-3 hybrid or a multiple 4-3. So I'm going to move him to the inside linebacker position so he can start and help them out in the middle. And that looks much better. I mean, it's not like he's a 79 overall or anything like that, but he's much better than Doman here at 67. So we'll let him play in the middle alongside Okereke, who is now a superstar. In the secondary, Kenny Moore still here. Stephon Gilmore still here. John Phillips, second-year corner. Julian Blackman. And they brought in Ronnie Harrison, which was a little bit of a weird move to me, considering they have Nick Cross. I'm hoping that Nick Cross still starts, but I don't know if he will, considering Harrison is not too old. He's only 27. But, you know, it's some of these things. I might end up releasing Harrison off of this team. I have my other profile on here, and I'll explain why in just a second. But yeah, Ronnie Harrison right now is a starter at strong safety for them. One of the reasons why I have my second profile in here, I don't know what's going on with this game. They still cannot figure out how to properly build a team. So I brought in my second profile, and I'm just going to leave it sit on a team. And so that way I don't have to leave the Texans, but I can fix things in the file still like I did last year. And that's what I did here with Cam Akers. Akers was signed to the Lions, who have DeAndre Swift, who they just re-signed to a big contract. The LA Rams let Akers go with money, I checked, and brought in nobody. They were going to start Kyron Williams this year. And I looked around the team. They had funds to do it. I had no idea why. So what I did was I traded Cam Akers over to the Rams for the worst running back on the team, who was like maybe he was a 64, something like that. But I traded him straight up. I redid his contract to have the same penalty. Of course, I took the penalty away from the Lions before trading him. I'm not going to put that on a team. And now the Rams have the running back they should have, and the Lions didn't mess up Swift again, which they seem to do every year. It's like Madden hates DeAndre Swift for some reason in this game. I also made a trade for the Rams to put John Johnson here at free safety. Again, they had a need here. One of the only teams that needed a huge needed a free safety, and he was signed to the Bengals, who have Jesse Bates and Daxton Hill and Von Bell. Again, just Madden doing Madden things that I really cannot stand. So while I'm not saying that Johnson was supposed to sign with the Rams, I don't want to force a player on a team, but I also want competitive teams that I'm playing against. So I made the move, and I did a couple more as well. Let me just find out who it was. They also had Jeremy Chin. I'm not joking. They had Jeremy Chin, Von Bell, Johnson, and they had oh crap, what's the guy's name from the Bengals? The guy I literally just talked about him, Jesse Bates. And yes, I did just go off camera and look and then come back here because apparently I can't remember anything. So Jeremy Chin is actually, I forgot to put his signing bonus on. So let me do that quick. There we go. So Jeremy Chin was another one. The Panthers had plenty of money and they just let him go. Part of that though is because of what they did at quarterback. If you guys remember in the offseason video, I made a comment about Tom Brady being signed to the Panthers, and I couldn't let it happen. They re-signed Baker Mayfield to a contract. As you can see here, his penalty's $13 million, so you know he's on a multi-year deal. And they signed Tom Brady at 47 years old. I'm not saying Mayfield is a good quarterback, but it just doesn't make any sense for a team to do that. So I put him back to the Seahawks, who was going to start Colin Walters or Marcus Mariota, one of the two. I don't know. All right, so I fixed Brady's contract as well, adding back his penalty. I sort of write this stuff down when I do this stuff so I can go back and I can apply the correct contract they would have received. But anyway, so I put Brady back on the Seahawks, hoping that the Seahawks will figure their crap out and actually draft a decent quarterback. Same with the Panthers. I just want the game to work properly. You know, that's all I really want. And it just doesn't. So I brought my second profile in. It'll sit on some random NFL team. I'll set it to auto sim or toggle autopilot on or whatever the hell. And then I'll just let it do its thing. So that way I can try and keep the peace to some degree in this file. The other thing I did is I went through every single team in the NFL. So all 32, well, 31, because I'm not really worried about the Texans. And I made a list of all the upcoming free agents if I felt they were important enough. So what that looked like is if they were considered a player that has a few years left and we're below an 80, a few years left meaning a few years left before they might start regressing, like somewhere between 24 and 27 years old. But if they were above an 80, almost all players got written down. And I have a whole list here of all of them. And I'm just going to keep tabs on it throughout the year, try and make sure that teams aren't doing completely stupid things, and try and implement some of the stuff I was doing last year without putting in too much of my input and taking away from the random events that can still happen in a franchise mode. So that's what I spent all day yesterday doing. And so now, that's pretty much all I got to tell you guys. We already know our team. We know the Colts. Let's go take these guys on in week 1. Sunday night primetime football. And it's our first look at our new rookie quarterback, Dylan Gilbert. Of course, there, Devin White as well, leading the charge on defense, and we're taking on a familiar foe in Teddy Bridgewater, Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor, and this defense that has caused us some issues in the past. But I'm excited because I feel like we are finally ready to take that next step in this franchise with this team. We just need some of these guys to start really coming through. But now, with all these guys getting this superstar dev trait, I think this is going to be the year where we're going to start seeing some guys plant their foot and really start to take off. Hopefully, we can start off with a good win. But Jonathan Taylor, of course, always a tough stop. Last year, you can see they had not the greatest rush yards per attempt, but we can't trust these sim stats, man. We know what these guys can do. And let's see now if we're going to start off with the offense or the defense. All right, so both teams traded 3 and outs. And now we are going to come back out on offense here. Dylan Gilbert. We have so far lost Laramie Tunsil at left tackle and Jonathan Grenard at defensive end on each drive. So already behind the 8 ball is Gilbert, takes a shot, and it's caught. Darius Slayton, what a beast, going up to get it. And Gilbert gets his first completion here for 24 yards. A little scared when I saw him chuck that thing up, but hey, he found Slayton. And now we're going to go to Sweet up the middle, a nice little juke move, and Sweet falling forward to the 40. And now Jordan Walker? What in the hell is going on? We've literally lost 3 starters already. Did something change with the injury rating in Madden? Third and 3, throw over the middle. Leo Walsh makes the catch, and he's got the first. Was there some like crazy change to this game with this last update they did? I've never seen that many injuries to one side of the field that quickly. That's crazy. We've lost 3 starters within 3 drives of the game starting. Is Gilbert back to pass, lets it go short, caught by Sweet down to the 34, gain of 1. I mean, Poe and Walker out. Tunsil's back, so that's good. I saw that. And Sweet trying to push his way forward. He'll get to the 30. Hopefully it's just short injuries then, like short-term injuries, like a quarter or something like that, as Gilbert fires over the middle and Collins makes the catch down to the 14. Love seeing Gilbert move around in the pocket, buy some extra time, and then not be afraid to sling it in there. Something we were definitely missing. Gilbert runs right into the defense. Jenkins once again not keeping up with the block, but that one is actually on Gilbert. You cannot run straight into the defender and not expect to get sacked. I mean, he took all of Jenkins' leverage away on that play, and you just really can't do that. You got to give your lineman a wall or something to use in their leverage, and he just, yeah. Rookie mistake as he'll fling it out to Walsh for a short gain. Now 3rd and 8. From the 13, we need the 4. Gilbert looking for the screen, and he can't throw it in time. I did sort of forget how this is going to be very, very frustrating until Gilbert figures out how to be a pro. I already forgot how that works. All right, so I can see Grenard is back out on the field too, so that's a good sign. Maybe it was just, some, one-drive injuries. I can handle that. And Taylor tries to take it off the left side, brought down at the line. Nice job up front. Now a pitch play to Taylor to the right side, who somehow gets through both of those defenders, but luckily Greenlaw was there and brought him down right away. All right, 3rd and 11. Bridgewater standing, looking over the middle, and he puts a beautiful pass right over the top of the defenders to Michael Pittman. That was a really pretty pass. That really was. Wow. I mean, right where only Pittman could get it. Right in between all of the zones. Excellent throw from the veteran quarterback. You can't even be mad at that. 1st and 10. Taylor lined up, single back set. Tight end in motion. They're going to go back to Taylor, who gets a nice little lane up the middle down to the 40. Best run of the day for them. Go right back to him. Why not? As he'll push himself across that first down marker. Ooh, play action. Deep shot. Wide open is Pittman. Touchdown. Excellent play call from the Colts. And that's going to be a touchdown for Michael Pittman and Teddy Bridgewater. Just a nice play action. Keeps us up front and honest. And then Pittman going right over the top. Looks like he lost Greedy Williams there. Bonner not able to get over to help him out. Colts doing their thing so far. All right, here we go. Back out on offense. 1st and 10. We're going to start at the 24. We're going to go with Sweet, who gets a beautiful lane right up the right side. Cuts it back inside out across the 40. Excellent job blocking there by the line. That was all blocking. I'd love to say Sweet made that work, but no. The guys up front, Nico Collins getting a nice block on Gilmore downfield, springing him in to the second level. Love to see those kind of runs. Just wish we could sort of patch them together much more consistently. Oh, maybe we can. Another big run off the right side. That time Sweet making it work for himself. He'll get down to the 44, 6 carries, 45 yards. That one you can't take away from Sweet. Breaking free from the defender there. He got sandwiched, stayed on his feet, gets another 5 or 6 yards. And now Gilbert, quick throw, caught by Walsh. And no, Walsh fumbled, and the Colts have it, and they're going to take it all the way. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, man. John Phillips, the second-year corner. That's a fumble, too. I mean, there's no way that you can say it wasn't. Who was it who knocked it free? It was Kenny Moore coming in with the punch, coming in with the peanut punch. You know, you know. And Phillips takes it the distance. Empty backfield now. As Bridgewater, standing tall, fires over the middle, wide open. Cole Kmet running down the left side. And he's going to get it down to the 37 for a first down. We're not able to get pressure on that play, which left Bridgewater plenty of time. And now they're going to go back to the ground game. Taylor cuts it up the middle, cuts it back outside, and he'll get himself about 15 yards. This is where the Colts can get dangerous. They're up. They've got a nice cushion with the lead, and they've got one of the best running backs to do it in that backfield. That time we stay home and we play it well. 7 for 27 so far. Most of them coming on that last run we just saw from him. Second. And here we go. Another handoff. Taylor is brought down. Another nice job there. 2 runs in a row, but this is where it counts. Can we be good in our zones on this drive or on this play here as Bridgewater has to throw it and we leave the middle open. Luckily, we still somehow make the stop and we'll at least force a field goal in this game, which, hey, we're going to take that as a win after how this game has gone for us so far. Overall, I think the defense has played pretty good when we haven't put them in bad situations. And like right there, Patrick Queen and McManus teaming up on that one to stop Taylor. And I think the offense even has played really, not the whole offense. The offensive line has played absolutely horribly today. When not, oh wow, okay. I was just giving you guys praise. I was just singing your guys' praise, and then Stingley just gets lost in, I don't know if he was having a flashback. Maybe he was thinking about what he was going to eat after the game, but just completely forgot to cover Chenault Jr., and we give up a 40-yard play. Excellent. There we go. Bridgewater to throw it. Deep off the right side, wide open Pittman, and it's another touchdown. I take everything I just said back about our defense. 12 carries, 28 yards. That is a godsend on defense. And another handoff, and why do I say things? Every time I try and give a compliment, these guys just do the opposite. What in the hell am I doing wrong? What am I supposed to do up here? Just trash the entire team every play so that they play good? Like, what is this? You guys suck. You're horrible. You can't do anything right. Well, it didn't really work. So I'll stop doing that now. Teddy Bridgewater's looking pretty dang good. 204 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He's only missed 4 passes. And there's a deep bomb. I really hope he doesn't. Oh, my God. Greedy Williams is getting cooked alive right now by Michael Pittman. And a short throw over the middle, and Walsh makes a big play. There we go. Nice way to start things off in this second half for us. Gilbert going to throw it again. Steps up in the pocket. Oh, takes a shot, but will get 6 yards. First time he was able to actually escape the pocket all day. It was Grover Stewart. And now a read option. And hey, there we go. Looks a lot better when Gilbert does that than when Mills did it last year. And hey, look at that. Nick Cross is playing. That's good. 1st and 10. Gilbert dumps it off over the middle. Caught by Cooks, and a gain of 7. This is the kind of rhythm we need on offense. We just got to keep it going here. Hand off to Sweet, and the middle of that field was not open for a run there. 3rd and 2. I'm hoping that we try and go through the air here. Yes, we do. Gilbert, quick throw, caught. Collins, 1st down. And now another handoff to Sweet. Does a nice job trying to get away from Buckner, but Buckner just too good, able to close that gap and bring him down after just 2. Another single back look here for us on 2nd down, and another short throw, and oh, close to a first. Not quite. 3rd and inches, and oh my God. We just cannot get out of our own way today. And I'm telling you guys, if they score on this drive, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to sim the rest of this game because this thing is getting ugly. Yep, there's a touchdown. Spoke it into existence again. But now it's 3rd and 11. Gilbert throws it deep, wide open. Slayton! Slayton's going to take it to the house! Holy hell! Where did that come from? We finally get a broken coverage of our own. I'm not sure what 32 was doing, but Slayton broke free way up the sideline. Luckily, Gilbert sees him and delivers it. And we're going to get ourselves our first touchdown of the new season and our first passing touchdown for Dylan Gilbert. Look at that. Now they're only up by 31. Colts are like, oh, you guys thought you were good, huh? Almost sneaking into the playoffs last year. Let me shut you up real quick. And they did just that. Wow. 51-10. Not a good look to start this season off at all. Okay, so that game went horribly. We ended up, it's 58-13 now. We ended up giving up like a 80-yard run to Jonathan Taylor in like the last 2 minutes of the game. But after we got to 50 points, I was like, this game is this should end. But I think that I'm gonna do some testing, because one thing I didn't think about in my madness of trying to make sure that the draft glitch thing didn't happen was I never tested books. And I feel like that was something that is my fault, because Dylan Gilbert is a different archetype. He's not the same quarterback that Mills is. Mills is a field general, whereas Gilbert is a scrambler. And I feel that could have caused some of the just erratic play we saw today. It looked very familiar to me. In all the testing I do, you can pick up when there's just a book that just doesn't work. And that's when a quarterback just looks completely lost, sort of like Gilbert did. So I'm probably going to use week 2 and week 3 to test some books, just because I don't think we want to see the Colts two videos in a row. And I'm going to use week 2 for some testing. So I'll probably use week 2, week 3 for testing, and we'll come back in week 4 against the Jets. And that'll also be our home game as well for us. So I think that's the plan for now. No injuries. All the injuries that happened were just for the game, so that is awesome. And hopefully maybe by the time we get to week 4, there'll be some slider updates that I can look at to also see, because I know that there was some changes made that could have been also causing some issues, but we're going to chalk it up to a tough loss. And so that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like. Hit that sub button if you have not already and you like what you're seeing. And I'll see you guys next time.